Hello guys, my name is Caroline, for once who is on my YouTube channel the first time. Today is gonna be an amazing video specifically for me because I just realized why so many people, even if they wish for better life, better relationships, more money, better career, even if they want all that, I understood why people do not do that eventually. They never chase their goals. Today I was doing my meditation for the bigger scale because I'm becoming popular on Instagram. I am doing my blog and even here on YouTube for the past 4 months, and for all this time that was not really any change. Change did not happen. It was just plus 2, 3, 5 followers. I did not really pop anything. And somehow all of those 4 months that I'm doing something, I'm doing it every day, I'm posting here every Saturday. I made a video that really popped for 100K. My first reaction was whoa, stop. This is too much. Subconsciously, I would start thinking, okay, that's nice. This is kind of what I wanted, right? Because I want to have a lot of followers and I want to become very popular, right? But subconsciously, I started to ditch this idea, to stop this idea, to become super far from it. I stopped making videos for almost 2 weeks. Can you imagine that when I actually popped, the best reaction would be okay, we have to do more videos, specifically this type of video because it bloated, right? So we have to do something at the same theme, maybe rephrase it. You found the key. Just repeat it and see what's gonna work and see what's gonna happen. So this is exactly what this video is about. How this actually happens, that people do not go to the next level even if they want to, what's really going on underneath it, and how to actually finally move to this next level. Break through to that income, finally meet the right person, the best man ever, perfect relationships that you wanted for so long, find that job that you actually like and enjoy, do all of those things and become this version of yourself that you keep picturing. So if we go back to my story, what I understood is that for me, as for many people, I believe, maybe if you guys had something like that in your life, you're definitely gonna agree with me here. For me, this goal of actually popping, let's say have 1,000 followers, for me, I thought it's a finish line, I never thought about how to do even more. I never thought about, okay, what's gonna be next, right? So my brain thinks okay, our goal is 1K followers. We did something to make this happen, and when it actually happened, before it actually happens, when you just pop a video, that means you have to pop a few more to come closer to your dream, to your goal. And what happens in this moment is that your brain does not like anything what is not certain, Our brain is a very good, clever machine. He knows exactly what he needs. He loves when everything is easy, the paths that we already learned. He loves when everything is predictable. So when you become famous, for example, in my situation, you can use any situation what happened to you recently. This is not only about becoming popular. This is about it's about any sphere in your life. So imagine your brain subconsciously making you to not achieve those goals, to not do what you wanted to do, because he does not understand what's going next. He thinks, okay, we're gonna make this 1K, what are we gonna do next? This is our finish line. So it's trying to drag it out as long as possible. That's why when something actually starts happening and something is changing, you can feel this little change, you leave it. You do not want to continue because it's scary, because it's a new scale, it's something new that you don't know how to handle. So your brain is just okay, we're not gonna go there, this is too much for us. So it's very important to catch this feeling and to understand that there's so much more steps, there's so many more levels that you can accomplish. Your life and your career is not gonna end just on 1,000 followers. The same with a relationship, for example. This is not if you're going for a breakup, for example, this is not your finish line. Or some girls who cannot leave their partners because they think that, like, it's good enough. It's not the best, okay, it's like good enough, but I'm so scared to go outside and like explore the world, tell to myself that maybe I did a wrong choice, explore myself. I'm so uncomfortable with this feeling that I'm better gonna stay stable. This is exactly what our brain tells us. I'm better gonna be like okay, because you know, this is something that we already know, this is very comfy, this is very predictable. So we have to really learn what to do when we set some goals, we're going towards them. We have to make sure that we would know how to handle this new level. The key thought here is that it's extremely important to understand that the goals that you have right now, you might think that they're your ceiling, you might think that this is your top and there's nothing else that is possible and that exists. Trust me, this is not true. Let's say you're on a level 10 right now in your life in general, with everything what you're doing. Like, I always use this example because, I don't know, it just like came up in my head. I think I already made a video about this, so it's gonna appear somewhere here, how to actually get everything you want and how to communicate with life so it gets the way you need. So in this video, I already explained that in my world, life is just a game. This is just a simulation that has a lot of different levels, and you cannot jump from level 1 to level 10. To get to level 10, you should go through all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. So here is exactly the same thing. If your goal right now is level 20, for example, you need specific skills, you want to be popular, you want a better partner, you want to go to university, you want a better job, it doesn't matter, like any goal you have, our brain thinks it's our ceiling, as I said before. So it's very important to expand our scale there and to understand that this is just the next step into the whole big ladder that exists. And this ladder might not even be ending, never. It's infinite, okay? So when this happened with my situation in my blog, when I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, I understood this feeling of like procrastinating. I had those thoughts like, oh my God, maybe like, yes, I wanted to be popular, but there's so many things that comes with it that I was not really ready to understand and like to get through me. I went through all of those thoughts. That's why, by the way, I'm writing a diary and recommend to any of you, because it's an amazing instrument of reflection. This would help me a lot and always helping me with the situations like that, so I can actually get to the next level. I understood that it comes from fear that I don't know what's going to be next. And in this case, I invented this practice of bigger scale. So what you basically do, you put your goal, as we talked before, it could be anything you want, anything you desire, anything where your fantasy goes. And you think about what can be bigger, what can be next. For example, in my situation specifically, it was like, okay, I want like 100k followers till the end of the year. What's next? 300k followers? Okay. What's next? 500,000. What's next? 1 million. What's next? I'm becoming very popular. I get a lot of collaborations, brands giving me a lot of gifts and like PR deliveries. What's next? And you just like talking to yourself, thinking about what is going to be next. You're literally explaining to your brain that this little tiny goal that you have right now, I mean, it might not be feeling that little because now this is the only thing you're thinking about. Like right now, I'm not thinking about 1 million followers, I'm thinking about 100. But our brain just has to understand that there's no limit. It could be more and more and more and more and more. So this one that you put for yourself at the moment, it's just one level, and there's so many of them. There could be hundreds, thousands, like there could be millions of those levels. So during your life, you're just going through them and you just become more spiritual, you become deeper. Those lessons, those things, those people around you, all of this is helping you to get to the next level. You just have to stop being afraid of this and explain to yourself, first of all, to your brain, what is possible, explain that it's not the end, this is just a little tiny step that you have to do, and try to expand your understanding, try to expand your scale. Because if we have this picture right now, it's pretty small, right? Like, okay, 10K followers, or like, I don't know, a breakup, or like better job, or like more money, like you're making 1K, you want to have 5K. Any of those are inside of your like life, it's a very like small painting, okay? It's like you're looking super close to it. But if you go farther away from the painting, you see that there's so many things available in this world. There's so many opportunities. Like if you want to make, instead of 1K 5, imagine there are people in this world who making like thousands, millions in a day, in a minute, in a second. Yes, this is all possible. So when you go all the way further and further, you understand that, okay, my goal is not the last. I can do so much more. And I will, if I would negotiate with my brain, and if I would agree with my brain and explain to him what we have to do. So every time you get to the next level, your brain is not stopping you from achieving your goals. It's super contradictory, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. Just let me know down below in the comments. Being grateful for the life that you live right now, for the things you do right now, it's amazing. It's a very important part of your life, and it should always stay like that, because if you're not grateful for what you have already, you could never get anything bigger, anything more than that. But always aiming for better, it's a baseline. For me, it's a baseline. Like, I understand that doesn't matter how many more things I want, it's always gonna be something to wish for. And I think this is a very important quality that all people who actually wanna get somewhere in life and succeed in whatever the goal is to actually understand that there's impossibly ultimate, infinite amount of wishes, amount of goals. You know, I think it comes from my childhood. I would always eat the dessert in the end. I would always eat something like, let's say I had a bag of sweets. I would always eat the best ones in the end, and I would even probably drag them into a few days, you know what I mean? Like, I would not eat everything at once. I would be like super, you know, calculative about it. And this is what really does not do me a favor right now, because right now I feel like since I want this amount of followers, or like this amount of fame, I want this many people to know about me, I'm thinking that this is this last candy that I cannot take right now, right? I'm too young for that. Like, maybe when I'm later, maybe like when I become a grandma, I don't know, like then I will do that. I am not eating it right away, because in my head, in my mind, this is the last pack of candies forever. Like, I could never get any candy, right? So the last one that is the best, I have to leave it for the right moment. I have to leave it till the end. I have to leave it for the like worst day. But this is not true. This is so not true. You have to eat all of those candies right away, because if they are given to you, that means you are able to perceive this amount of candies. That means your scale is big enough to actually receive this amount of information, followers, people, like whatever you wish for. So please don't let those candies till the end of your day. Just go eat them right now, because trust me, after you eat these bag of candies, there's so many more bags waiting for you in the future. There's so many different flavors. There's so many different colors, so many different forms of those candies. So you never have to stop at this first bag that you got. You never have to stop at this first level, first achievement that you want. Just think about it and understand that there's ultimate amount, okay? And I think it's something even deeper underneath this thought, because I also think that a lot of people do not go and do not accomplish the goals they want to accomplish, also because it's very scary. It's out of your comfort zone. Your brain does not know what to do there, you know? It's like not that predictable anymore. Not only it's not predictable, but what are we gonna do next? This question always in your mind, like, okay, We're gonna break up. What are we gonna do next? We don't know. We never been single, or like we don't know how to talk with people now because we were in a relationship for too long. I'm not saying it to fix it right away. I just want to make sure that this thought, at least your brain at least recognizes it, and you actually notice it and you're aware of how this works. It's not like you do everything on automation. You understand what's going on. For example, next time this pattern happens, you're like, okay, this is just my brain. He just wants to make sure I survive. He just want to make sure that we know what's going on next. That's why he does not go into this. So you notice this, you understand this, and you go forward into that. Because if you want to actually achieve something, you have to go through that fear. You have to be able to hold and be in this feeling of being uncomfortable, because changes are always uncomfortable. Like, it's not like you finish something that you did for so long, you feel relieved, yes, okay, for sure, but what to do next? You don't know. So this moment in your life, it's gonna happen many times. If you're working on yourself and actually want to become something better, it's always going to happen in your life that you don't want how it was before, you don't want this life, but you also don't understand yet how you want. You don't understand yet how you're going to change it. So this moment in between is very important. It's very important to be able to receive it, to receive this uncomfortable feeling, live in it, be aware of it, understand it, and just release and make sure that it just goes. Because when you're not blocking your emotions, when you're aware of them, it's, trust me, way faster and way easier for them to come, feel it, go away. It's like energy. So if you're aware of this problem and if you know about it, what your brain is capable of and what are you actually thinking about subconsciously, when you see it, it loses so much of its own power. This is one very important step forward. Also, one more important thing that I realized is that when people say okay to good enough, for example, your life right now, it's, as we said, very predictable, very structured, you know what's going on, you know that you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you know what you're gonna do exactly. But this is not where you wanna be, obviously, because if everything would be okay, you would not watch this video, you would not even question yourself of like how you can do better. So that means this line, this baseline that you are in right now, it's just good enough. Like, it's comfy, it's stable, it's like very predictable. But the key idea here, if you choose good enough, you would never have space for the best. You would never have space for perfect. Because let's say right now you're dating a normal man. So when you start dating him, he was fine, you liked each other, you loved each other, everything is okay. But now at the moment you feel like, it's not what I want. I think I can do better. And instead of making some space for better, for the best, for the perfect, you keep choosing this. If you are choosing this level, you could never go to the next one. Before going to the next one, you have to say bye-bye to good enough, so there's enough space for the best. It works the same if, for example, you don't have a relationship right now, and you for a very long time single, and you like put yourself very big standards and expectations, you're working on yourself. I have a lot of friends specifically like that, because the girls working, they like making their own money, they absolutely fine, they don't really need anybody, but of course they would like to have some deep connection with a person, because friendship and like real relationship is like different things, right? So when you're very long in this situation that the best did not come yet, like you did not find it yet, it did not find you, you start thinking, maybe my standards are too high, maybe like this guy is pretty much fine, like it's not the best, of course, it's not what I wanted and what I have the list for and what I expected, but he's good enough. So you choose that. Instead of waiting, instead of saying no to everything in your life that is good enough, you choose the good enough, and then you automatically are not able to get anywhere further. So please never settle for less in money, in your job, in your communications, with your friends, with your partner, anything. You should always choose the best for yourself, the best that you can understand right now. It might be not the best for you in 10 years, but right now at the moment, you know exactly what is good enough and what is like, I'm gonna close my eyes on some parts of it, and where's the really the best option. So always strive for the best option, always aim for the best option, because this is the only way how you can get to the next level. To say bye-bye to this level, to feel and be okay with this uncomfortable feeling that is going to be after you say bye-bye to this. So you have to be able to actually relieve it so it goes through you absolutely. And only after that you will have a lot of empty space inside that you can fill in with something that is actually for you, that is the best for you at this moment. So the moral of the story is that you have to stop being afraid of the next door on the next level, because in 99% is not possible to predict. But trust me, this feeling when you don't know what's going to happen is much better because it's gonna end. And the feeling when you always are not satisfied with your life at the moment, this is gonna stay forever. And longer you drag it, more years, more days, more minutes of your life are just being wasted. Longer you compromise and close your eyes on some imperfections which are very important to you, longer you will not live your life. You will live someone else's. Please don't forget that if you open one door, there's a million other doors in front of it. So don't be scared to go to the next level, because there's so much more waiting for you. Faster you go through those levels, faster you're gonna become higher, and even at the all top. Do not be afraid of this feeling. Notice it, think about it, perceive it, and feel free to live the life you actually want, so you don't regret it when you're 80 or 90 or even 100. Make sure you love yourself and you choose the best options for yourself always, and you never settle for less, because if you don't, something much better, something what you really want will come. But for this, you have to not say yes to the good enough. Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to dinner, drinking my coconut water, and I will see you in the next video.